Hi everybody, this is Alvito and welcome back to the Study and Work Abroad channel. You probably got your application done to study abroad, got your admissions, probably applying for your visa. I'm going to talk today about a topic that not really everybody talks about. Consultants usually avoid talking about this area of studying abroad. And that is the emotional journey that you go through in the whole application process, but more importantly, when you land into your destination country. I'm going to talk about various points that you should be looking at and how do we address issues that you will face. So let's get started. Let's say you've got your visa, you already entered your country. Let's say you got into Canada, the UK, US, wherever it is. You've landed into the country. The first phase is what I call a honeymoon phase. Okay, this is the phase where you're actually on a holiday, going around looking at all places, taking a lot of pictures, selfies, sending them back home, uploading them to your social media. This lasts for a few days. This lasts for about a week, and then reality hits you. You're now looking at adjusting to the new culture, and this is what I call culture shock. If you've not really prepared yourself, getting adjusted to the new place, the new people, the new environment, just the new culture is kind of a culture shock. You got to know how to adapt to it, adjust to it, right? So it's the honeymoon is out, you got hit with a culture shock. Then you start adjusting, you start understanding. After a little while, couple of weeks, 3 weeks into your study abroad journey, you now start feeling homesick. And this is absolutely normal, okay? It doesn't happen to just one student. It probably happens to everybody because you're a young kid, just come out of college, probably just some work experience. Some of you go to study your bachelor's, you're 17, 18, 19 years old. All your life you've lived with your parents, you've lived at home in a very protected environment, and suddenly you're out there all by yourself. You will feel homesick. You will start missing your mother's food. You'll start missing your dad's pats. You'll start missing the fights with your siblings and all of that. The best way is to just get through it, stay in touch, and get through the homesickness. It's normal. It's everybody goes through it, but expect it. So now you've gotten through that. You now start adjusting. It's what I call the adjustment period. Okay, you're gonna get through all of it. The homesickness will stay. The best way is, like I said, stay in touch with family, stay in touch with your parents at home, get in touch with, maybe you have friends and family in your destination country, wherever you are, and then you start adjusting. Okay, we are human beings. We know how to adjust and adapt to new situations, to different environments. You will start adjusting. So the phase of going through homesickness, going through a culture shock, you ultimately will adapt. You have to keep your mind open to adapting. You have to be able to get into the environment rather than resisting it and trying to get away from it. The best way of getting into and adjusting in your adjustment period is getting adapted, keeping your mind open to adapting to the new culture. Once you've adjusted, you've started your studies, you've probably done a semester. Now you got to talk about and think about your personal growth. How are you going to use your degree, your college, your university, your contacts, your networks to start growing personally, both as a person, academically as well as professionally. Like I said, you may have gotten through a semester or two. You now need to do an internship, get a part-time job. So all of these things, all of the learnings that you've had through all of these weeks, couple of months, a few months, maybe a semester or two, is now going to lead into personal growth. You have to know how to use those situations to help you grow in your career. Use your networks, use your professional networks, use your professors, use your career counselors, use the international teams in your university, your family and friends, whoever you've met in the country, you would have made new friends. Use all of them to start growing personally, start growing professionally, and start growing academically. Okay, so now I've spoken about you adjusting to the new country. You've adapted. You probably spent a couple of years in the new country, completed your degree, probably got a job, and maybe another year of work experience, and you've probably adjusted to the new culture, the new corporate culture, the new academic culture. And now you plan to come back and visit your folks back in India. Yeah, this is what I call the re-entry shock. And this again happens to everybody, okay? Because you're so used to an advanced country like the UK or the Canada or the USA or Australia or New Zealand, and you've adjusted to their standard of living, their kind of life, their corporate culture, their university culture, and you've come back to India and then you feel, oh, where have I come? This is normal, okay? But you have to understand, you're Indian, you were from here, your roots are here, your folks are here, your parents are here, your siblings are here. You will adjust to India, you'll probably fall back in love with India. Keep your mind open to adjusting back again. Of course, you know your new destination, your new country is where you're going to be working. That's where you're going to build your professional life. So keep your mind open to adjusting back to India, and then getting back to your country again, to where you actually work. Some of you will go to study and come back to India. The re-entry shock can be even more difficult because you've now come back to settle back in India and settle back with family, build a corporate culture here, build a corporate career over here. So that re-entry shock may be a little more elongated. But again, keep your mind open to adjusting back to India. The best thing of studying abroad, you can bring in new processes, bring in new ideas, bring in an advanced culture, bring in a more proper way of working, a proper way of studying, and teach people here in India. Okay, so others who would have not got the opportunity to go abroad and study, you had the opportunity, so now you've got to come back and help others learn what you learned. Right, so I went through the entire process. I went through the entire cycle of getting abroad, adjusting, the honeymoon period, the adjustment period, the re-entry period. So I want to talk about how do you adapt, how do you adjust to this. A very important thing is prepare before you leave. I know you're going to be all very excited. All your family and friends are wishing you well. But before you even take your flight to your destination country, prepare yourself. There's so much online right now, so much of social media. Go through a lot of it. Understand how the culture works, how the academic culture works, how the corporate culture works. Understand how people eat, how do they hang out, what do they do in free time, and adjust to the new culture. It's very important for you to prepare yourself so it doesn't become an absolute culture shock. The culture shock is going to come, but the more you prepare, the easier it is to adjust. Prepare yourself emotionally before you go. Okay, you shouldn't go there and then you're suddenly completely lost. So prepare yourself emotionally. Prepare yourself emotionally for the fact that you'll be away from your parents, you'll be away from your folks for some time. Figure out ways to stay in touch. Now we got such a lot of digital media to stay in touch. So figure out ways. If you have a favorite grandmother who doesn't know how to use a video call, teach her how to use a video call. Okay, so she will be in touch with you. You will be in touch with her. So prepare all of those things emotionally, morally, and obviously physically. Okay, so one way you can again cope with homesickness and culture shock and all of it is when you're in your country, go out and socialize. Every single university all over the world will have various clubs. So they'll have an Indian club, they'll have a music club, they'll have a sports club, they'll have an activity club, they'll have an entertainment club, all kinds of things. If you're studying a particular area of study, let's say it's engineering, they'll have an engineering club. Go and join those clubs. Okay, you have to know how to meet people, network with people, interact with people. That will make you feel at home. I always tell my students, pick and choose your friends and your environment. Be very diligent in whom you're hanging out with, whom you're meeting on a daily basis, but go and join clubs. They will help you adjust and adapt to your new environment. Second, stay organized. Don't just put your schedule helter-skelter. Have a schedule for the day, have a schedule for the week. If you've got a job, you know you will have to study and put in the work hours. In the university, you'll have to do assignment work. You'll probably have to do an internship. You got to be working part-time. Get organized, get your time organized, get your room organized, get your stuff organized, get your books organized, get all your digital material organized. Stay organized. It's going to help you in a very big way when you go into the new country. Like I said, you may also be needing to cook for yourself, clean your own house. You don't have your parents, you don't have maids. You can't do all of that. Stay organized, get organized, and stay organized. And one thing I think is very important is celebrate small wins. If you've done well in your academics, think about it, celebrate it, reflect on it, share it with folks so it makes you feel good. So all of the emotional stress that you're going through, a win will actually help you get over all of that emotional stress that you've had to go through. So celebrate small little wins. A very drastic situation is you may get to a point where you're feeling really depressed, you're feeling really lonely. Now that is when you have to seek help. All universities all over the world will have departments that help with students' mental health. If you're at a point where you think you need help, please go and talk to people. Go and talk to international counselors. Go and talk to departments that help students with mental health. Go and talk to people. Talk to your folks. You need to interact. You do not get yourself into a shell and sit there. Go out and talk to people, and that will help you get out. It's normal. You don't have to take it personally. Oh, what happened to me and what's going to happen to me and all of that. Just go out and start talking to people. This happens to everybody, but get help if you think you need help. Don't worry about getting help. Nobody's going to judge you. When you're overseas, everybody's very helpful. Okay, every single university, if you've gotten to a really good university, you're going to be able to get help. So go get help if you need the help. Okay, so I hope I've touched on a topic that probably you've not heard, and this video will really help you. If you're looking to study abroad, get in touch with Study and Work Abroad. Me as a counselor, I will personally be talking to you, and I do talk about this before you go. In what is called a pre-departure session, I will talk a lot about adjusting to your new country. I will show you how to prepare for your new country. We will talk about how to get emotionally prepared with your parents, without your parents, with your friends, with your folks. I'll talk to you about all of these things. How do you adjust? How do you network? So get in touch with us if you're looking to study abroad. We'll be happy to help you. You can book a one-on-one counseling with us at the links below. Thank you for listening to me, and see you in my next video.